Hello beautiful souls, welcome to the channel and welcome back for those of you who are returning. Today I've been inspired to do a pick card specifically for those of you who resonate with the label Starseed or Lightworker. Not that we need labels in spirituality, but everything carries a resonance, including the words that we use, the language that we speak. So if you resonate with these terms, if you feel like you yourself are a starseed, you are a light worker, if you are on this ascension journey, if you are on this journey of contacting galactic family, spirit guides, connecting with spirit, then this reading is definitely for you. This reading is very open. I asked the cards to let us know who is trying to connect with you and what messages do they have for you. This may include your purpose, your ascension journey, advice for how to move forward on your journey. It could include love life advice. It's just a very open reading, but I've really tried to narrow it down specifically to those of you who resonate as starseeds and light workers, and that's why the title of the reading is nothing else but just these two words, because I wanted to make it very clear who this is for. So that's pretty much it. We're going to see what comes in the cards and what beings want to come through talk to you. So we have 4 piles. This is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. You can pause this video so you can take a look at the piles, see which one resonates the most. I have nothing else to represent the piles except the different cards on top of each other and the numbers. So however you choose your pile, however you approach this intuitive selection, just do it your way and see what comes up in your reading. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. The timestamps for all the piles will be in the comment section below, as well as the description box at the bottom after all the information that is in there as well. So you can go ahead, pick your pile, and I'll see you there. Hello pile 1, for all of you who picked this group with the archetype cards on top, this is gonna be your reading. So we've got a lot of cards, a lot of oracle cards here. I will see if I'm going to need to use tarot for this reading, and I will try to be as intuitive as possible and focus more on channeling rather than pulling more cards because I think we have enough. And quick disclaimer before I get into the reading, I do have a cup of coffee with me, so if you hear me sipping on it from time to time, excuse me, but if you've been on the channel, I usually have a drink with me when I do these readings. So we have expression, authentic expression, words are powerful and truth, fire and water, stillness amidst turmoil, feel emotional integration, the new man, enlightened masculine, potential, and new earth. We have Chokmah, Sephiroth from the Tree of Life. We have the Realm of the Giants. We have Lady Mary. Okay, these two are obviously connected. We have a greeting from the sky or greeting from the other side with Archangel Azrael. We have great idea with Archangel Uriel. We have Ishel, I hope I'm saying the name correct because these are written in my native language. She is a healer. This is calling for the initiate, calling for an initiation. It says you're a channeler, or rather you're a channel for divine healing power. And we have the ring. Okay. So with this card, whenever the ring has appeared in a starseed readings, I always feel Draco or Orion energy come through. Now, the rest of the cards are very interesting because they don't necessarily connect to Draco or Orion, but I'm getting a connection to a time on Earth when beings from Draco were here, thus the many legends of dragons and reptiles, and the realm of the giants. This realm of the giants has to do with with the timeline of Earth, a part of our history. Of course, we're talking apocryphic history. We're talking history that's not in the student books, and you are free to believe what you want to believe. But I'm getting that the beings trying to connect with you are ancient earth spirits. I'm getting volcanoes here. I was even, you have fire and water, and I was even getting within the ring some oceanic feeling for some reason. And with the dolphins, definitely I am getting ancient earth spirits. The spirits that were molding this planet, that were helping it come to life and come to existence, are trying to connect with you. Some of you have a powerful connection to the Hawaiian Islands. The frequency they carry, the history they carry, the Akashic memories they carry, so you should definitely visit. If you don't live there already or something like this, you should definitely visit if you have the opportunity and try to connect with the spirits there, because they're very powerful volcano spirits. Okay, a lot of you guys need to connect with the energy of lava or the core of the earth, and visualize very clearly that molten core inside the planet that is the generator for life here. You have a very special connection to it for some reason, and this might be, I think that these spirits are trying to connect with you right now because they're helping you rediscover your inner core of power and truth. But one thing that I see is you might be afraid of becoming too big of a deal. You might be afraid of becoming too influential, or, too good at something, too popular, too desirable almost. Because if now, this is a message I'm getting here. If now you're sharing your truth somewhere, or you're sharing your talents or your hobbies, maybe you're an artist, maybe you're a medium and psychic like me, maybe you're an astrologer, something like this, and you're sharing what you know, but you are doing it on a smaller platform, or you're doing it in a private circle with loved ones. I'm getting this message that spirits from the core of the planet, spirits that connect to volcanoes, the bottom of the ocean, and what lays underneath the ocean is also something I'm getting here. These spirits are very ancient, and they're nature spirits, and they rule over the very foundation of life on Earth. And they want to connect with you because you need to start seeing yourself as a planetary body of its own. Your body is a microcosm mirroring the macrocosm, right? They want you to feel that power that's within you, and they want you to realize how many forces were in place so that you could come here to Earth. And you came here to Earth, and now you're willing to play it small. And Spirit is like, question mark. Imagine a very confused person with a question mark drawn on top of their head. That's how I'm seeing it. Spirit really wants you to play big, but in order to play big, you need to connect with these big energies. So with you connecting with star guides or angels, etc., it may not be enough for you to believe how powerful you are, or for you to unlock your powers. Stillness amidst turmoil, and I'm so drawn to this volcano in the background. It feels like you're keeping yourself from erupting, like you're holding back. Whether this is lashing out in an argument, maybe you have a lot of people that are trying to tease you about what you're doing, and you're trying to suppress your power because you don't want to sound crazy or defensive. But Spirit is saying defend yourself, become a giant, and be unapologetic about it. Be unapologetic about how much space you take in and how many things you want to do in this life. For a lot of you, this is a journey of reclaiming your divine masculine energy, an enlightened masculine energy, and you may have other masculines around you who are asleep, who are maybe laughing at you, or teasing you, mocking you, or telling you that you need to become serious about life, or realistic or practical, getting out of your imagination, all of these things. But with the ring, you have a contract, you have a commitment to a purpose, and that purpose is the molten core within you that will give you life. And whenever you veer away from this purpose, whenever you step off track, get off track with this path, it becomes very difficult to handle life and to handle your gifts, your manifestations, your goals, and just life in general. You have great ideas, and you have spirits on the other side greeting you, wanting or trying to validate that these are great ideas. You have ancestral support. For some of you, your ancestors worked with the earth. For some of you, you may come from a bloodline, a lineage, and believe me, I'm someone who tries to avoid this bloodline thing, but sometimes it appears in the cards and it's real. So some of you might be coming from a bloodline that descends from giants who were far in the past. I'm also hearing the chants in the caves. I keep getting visions of going in nature is not enough. There is something about going within the core of nature, so entering a cave, reaching the bottom of the ocean, which would be impossible, but we're not talking like you're in the middle of the ocean and you're diving to the bottom, but maybe diving in general, if you can go somewhere, where with a professional you can dive, you can watch the fish life down at the bottom, etc. Earth is calling you to get really intimate with it, and I think that's why I keep having visions of like volcanoes and the lava that comes from the very core and through the volcano. It's like little portals or tunnels that will lead to the core of the earth. I want you to meditate on this and imagine yourself either entering a cave that eventually in your meditation will lead you to the very core of the earth, or entering a volcano, but of course in your meditation the lava will not burn you or anything, or swimming to the bottom of the ocean and maybe like finding a cave at the bottom of the ocean and swimming through it. Like, I keep getting these tunnels inside earth. Inner earth is calling to you. And maybe beings from inner earth are calling to you. And I'm hearing for a lot of you, these inner earth beings are trying to project themselves, but they usually would project themselves only so far. So they would sit at the entrance of a cave or something, or they will sit on top of volcanic, is that the word? Uh, Volcano ground, like somewhere where maybe the volcano is asleep and you can walk there. I know that in Hawaii there are such spots, and the spirits can only reach so far. They cannot like come to your home and communicate with you, so that's why you need to go out there, connect with them. Giant steps and higher goals, faith and being of service, authentic expression. Alright, I'm trying to tune in because I feel like there is another message that wants to come through. Some of you will start channeling light language from Draco. I know that Draco is a bit of a controversial star system. Self-healing, I'm hearing self-healing. I'm getting that beings from Draco want to connect with you to pass down teachings of almost serpentine or reptile-like ability to regenerate oneself and to heal oneself. They want to pass on these codes to you, these teachings to you. Maybe you've been working on healing your body after an emotional or physical trauma, repairing something within the body. I'm getting a small scar that some of you may have, and I'm getting that the Draco guides and teachers will help you. They will initiate you by helping you heal this scar. They want you to start with something small, so they will help you with this before you progress forward. I'm getting anger is something that you will heal or you have to heal. There is a lot of frustration and anger with how the collective initially perceived you, and maybe not the collective of those who supported you, obviously, but the collective you were born within. So not the collective you will create through following your purpose, not the collective you will come together with, but the collective you were born within. There is a lot of frustration, anger, feeling like the universe betrayed you or cheated you some way, somehow, by not putting people that supported you in your life and you having to fight through things alone, fight for your voice to be heard. So there is a lot of healing done in the throat chakra. There is a lot of anger stuck in the throat chakra. And this may sound really funny to you now, but once you do it, you will definitely tell a difference. Maybe go, at least I've heard that some people do it or that some therapists recommend this. Maybe go in your room, close it, take a cushion, punch it a few times, curse at it if you want to, but get this anger out because I see it lingering in your throat, and it's blocking certain pathways for energy. First for manifestation and second for receiving. For some reason, I'm getting that with you guys, you receive ideas through the throat chakra, and that may look something similar to when you speak, you get ideas while you're talking or while you're writing. So that chakra has been a little bit blocked. And the throat chakra is also, I think in Hindu mythology, believed to be a center of transmutation. So your ability to transmute energy in the body has been blocked, and it's almost like anger or emotions, turmoil reach the throat center, they get stuck there, and then they float back into the body and they poison the body. So you really need to get certain words out of the system. Or if you never got to have a conversation with someone and you really wanted to express that truth, maybe try to say these things out loud to yourself at least. Certain things that you never got to admit, never got to express, and that just haunts you. The fact that you never got it out of the system. Even if you don't say it to the person it was intended for, say it to yourself. Like, have a conversation with yourself. Or maybe visualize their higher self and speak to their higher self, and maybe try to work it out with their higher self. Try to resolve this, receive forgiveness, extend forgiveness to the higher self, and heal that energy bridge between the two of you if you have such an individual in your life. I'm hearing the powerful mind of a Libra. So some of you here are Libras. And maybe Libra, you don't hear this enough, but you're intelligent. Libras usually get like this reputation of being almost like, whether you're a guy or a girl, being very Barbie-like or very superficial and all they care about is relationships, and that's not necessarily the truth. You are intelligent, and Spirit for some reason wants you to know this, and maybe someone questioned this. Oh yeah, I'm getting someone confused your good heart for a lack of brains, and that really frustrated you. But Spirit is saying, do not deviate off of your path just to prove that you have brains, because your brain power is used somewhere else. It's better used somewhere else. Okay. I think that's all I'm getting from the oracles. So I'm going to, after all, pull some tarot cards really quickly. Let's see. I'm going to use this deck. I haven't worked with it in a long time. So what are the messages for pile 1 that you need to know? You have the Sun. Very soon, pile 1, you're gaining some sort of recognition or popularity for your gifts. You're getting the deserved recognition and respect. And you're getting into a new era of your life. You've alchemized something, or you will very soon. Spirit is saying you have the ability to turn your sorrow into gold. Look at this. Look at this dragon-like creature, 7 of Wands, defending one's territory. The your Draco connection and the guides from Draco that are connecting with you, they want to protect you. Oh, that is interesting. I'm getting, we want to protect you from the worst of our kind. So there are good Draco beings and there are bad Draco beings. And the ones connecting with you, they want to protect you from bad spirits or bad beings from their kind. So you may have a very dualistic experience when you work with Draco energy. Ace of Cups. They want you to see them. So they will be opening your third eye. They will be opening up your clairvoyance. There is something you need to see to understand better your identity and your purpose. So they will be opening up your third eye, pile 1. I'm hearing we're protecting your body with a shield of gold, gold and red when you're sleeping, because have you been astral traveling? Because some of you are not putting up protection when you astral travel, and you should. You don't want other energies to get stuck in your body or interfere with your physical body. 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is about a transition, moving on. Yeah, they want to take you somewhere, whether in meditation, in astral travel, but they have to teach you protection first, because they want to take you on a journey, show you something, but in order to do that, you will have to astral project. Very soon, this phase of turmoil, confusion will end. The 6 of Swords talks about moving on from turbulent waters or anxiety-inducing situations to calmer, more peaceful setting in life. So a transition is ahead of you. Draco beings or sacred dragon spirit guides have been leading your ancestors, and now they will lead you as well. I'm getting one way to recognize them. They will come with a jewel or a crystal, either on their head or they will carry it. It will be a different color depending on what guide connects with you, but that's one way to recognize the good guys, basically. And they're also talking about putting certain crystals under your pillow in order to induce more psychic dreams, in order to strengthen your psychic abilities, and at the same time to protect your third eye, to protect your spiritual and physical bodies from spiritual attacks. So I'm seeing an amethyst and a black tourmaline. Put both underneath your pillow. One will serve for enhancement and the other for protection. Alright, so pile 1, I think that this is all I have for you guys. I hope this shorter than my usual readings, I think. I hope this reading resonated anyways. And let me know in the comment section below, because I love to hear your experiences with the readings, the little synchronicities, etc. It's just always so interesting and so much fun to read your comments. You can like, share and subscribe if you want to support my work and my channel. And thank you so much for being here and spending this time with me. I really hope it was worth it. All of my information is in the description box below if you want to book a personal session with me. Until the end of October, I still have a 20% discount on all of my readings. So yeah, you can go check this out. And that's pretty much it. I will see you in my next pick card. Bye. Hi pile 2 for all of you who chose this pile with this card on top. This is gonna be your reading. So let's open up the cards. You have Whale Teachings, Depth of Experience and Healing, Teacher and Mentor, Share Wisdom. We have the Sacred Mountain, Vision Quest, Clarity and Truth, Shambhala, Deep Healing. We have Shine Your Light, Wise Action, Space for Grace, Kuan Yin. We have the Vessel. We have Raising Children, Archangel Gabriel. When you raise your child, you're also taking care of your inner child. Both actions are equally important to you. We have Archangel Uriel with You Know What to Do, Trust Your Inner Knowledge and Take Action in according to it without procrastination. We have the High Priestess with Dana. I hope I'm saying this name correctly in English, but it's written in my native language. So it says Dana here. I've written Sophia as a little note to myself. Actually, you have sacred wisdom that you can share with others and help them through your spiritual teaching. You have Sigil of Atlantis. Wow, okay, interesting. You have the Tree of Life. You have 33. We have a master number. Lord Kutumi, Higher Self-Awareness and Knowledge. And Realm of the Elves, Nobility and Vision. Okay. So the first messages that are coming through with Sigil of Atlantis, the Tree of Life, and the Realm of the Elves, I'm getting a lot of you come from first of all, hold on. hold on. A lot of you come from Atlantis. You've had Atlantean incarnations. But there is something about a specific lineage, maybe a specific lineage of high priestesses that you come from. Almost like noble lineage in Atlantis, a highly respected lineage in Atlantis. Maybe this particular Atlantean lineage was trained or taught by one of the Ascended Masters, or by a few of them, and one of them was Lord Kutumi. With the Sacred Mountain, some of you may have Capricorn placements, and Capricorn is one of the signs in astrology that is highly spiritual. It's the sign of discipleship. It's the sign of initiation. It basically is a guardian of the gate between this realm and the higher realms. Okay, so High Priestess or Priest of Music with Whale Teachings. On Atlantis, you were trained, you were taught how to heal through frequency, through music. So even in this lifetime, you might be musicians. with Kuan Yin, you definitely have a highly developed heart chakra, and that helps you become better at your artistry. It helps you write music that really touches the soul, and I think for a lot of you, this is exactly what you're meant to do. Through lyrics, through the melodies, you're supposed to illuminate certain things in the collective consciousness that people or some artists or mainstream artists don't dare to touch on and talk about. Some of you in this lifetime will be initiated into Reiki or Reiki symbols, like things to draw, like little sigils to draw for healing. I'm getting that these symbols carry from the Atlantean teachings. I'm getting the Atlantean language. There was a special branch of that language that was specifically only spoken by high priestesses and priests, and it was spoken to invoke healing, to invoke certain frequencies. With this card here, ever since you were a child, you knew what you were supposed to do. You had an idea of what you wanted to do. Maybe you've always known you wanted to be a musician, or to write lyrics, or to write music, or to be a singer. Someone else might be writing those for you, but you're the one singing it. So you're either gifted with all of these three, like the voice, the ability to write music, the ability to write lyrics, or one of these abilities. But whichever one you have, it's a gift you carry from these Atlantean incarnations, and that's how you heal. A lot of you are non-traditional healers, pile 2. Interesting for others of you, you could be historians, anthropologists, but I'm getting something with history, or researching and telling the history of our, I want to say, esoteric history, and you have a lot to pull from your own Akashic memory to share, to teach, because you've been there when a lot of these things happened. Definitely read upon Lord Kutumi, as I feel his presence really strong. I'm not very well versed in what each Ascended Master represents. It says higher self-awareness and knowledge. So I'm getting that you will be accessing your Akashic memories because you're supposed to teach them, to share them. You could be, once again, writing music inspired by Atlantean history, ancient past of humanity, esoteric past of humanity. Or you could have a almost like magical voice for storytelling. You could be really great at storytelling. You could have a gift, and remembering your Akashic memories will help you tell stories that no one else has access to. So maybe for some of you it's time to compile a body of work on galactic history or the ancient forgotten past of the earth. Ever since you were a child, you were drawn to these things, to these teachings. So your childhood What fascinated you in your childhood is a huge clue on what you're supposed to do in this lifetime. I'm hearing, I was going to say healing, I'm hearing falling from grace and earning your grace and light back, which shine your light here. In the realm of the elves, I'm getting falling from grace. Some of you didn't pass an Atlantean initiation, so you're coming back to sort of pass that test during this time and age. And that's why I have the Sacred Mountain and this Capricorn energy. Those of you who are born as Capricorns, you were initiated into a lot of things, but there was one major initiation that was deciding whether or not you were going to become an ascendant spirit and guide Earth from the spiritual realms, or if you were going to continue incarnating with humanity. And that initiation turned out to be more difficult. So there was a fall from grace, but your guides are still with you. So here I'm getting the strong message that Spirit hasn't given up on you, or just because you failed once, or maybe some of you have these past lives where it's difficult to accept that you made certain decisions, etc. Give yourself space for grace, okay? Give yourself some space for making mistakes, because you will, and making those mistakes it didn't cut you off of spirit, okay? Some of you are judging yourselves too harshly on your ascension journey, on your spiritual journey. That's why Kuan Yin is coming through saying, just as you can hold your heart space open for other people and for your art and for your creations, you must hold space for the creation of Earth and the universe, which is you. You are also a creation that should be appreciated. Just like you might be a parent to a child and love them, and nothing they do will make you give up on them, you will always be there for them, this type of unconditional love, you must understand you're a child to the universe. Don't you think that the universe will have this unconditional love for you? Doesn't mean that you should just give up and do whatever because, well, I will always be loved anyways, but it means that you should forgive yourself, or you should be more graceful toward yourself. You should be more gentle with yourself. Especially for those of you who are born with Capricorn placements. You must activate your heart to pass this life's initiation. We have Realm of the Elves with nobility and vision, but look how cold everything looks around her. So you might think that if you were to step up, if you were to shine your light, you're going to lose your loved ones, or you have to be super disciplined and cold and just always obsessed with work in order to be successful or something. Spirit is saying, don't lose connection with your heart and contact with those who touch and activate your heart on a daily basis. This might be your best friend, your partner, a parent, a child. Don't isolate yourself from them just because you think that in order to succeed this I think that was something you didn't understand in those Atlantean past lives, and you still might be making the same mistakes. That in order to pass the initiation, um, or to become, ascended or whatever, you must be like you must have a tunnel vision and basically disregard others and just kind of like this idea that you have to choose between your career and your family, and interpersonal relationships. You can have both. To pass your initiation in this lifetime, you should not close off your heart. Pile 2. Wise action, vision, quest, clarity, truth, Shambhala, and deep healing. Teacher and mentor. Some of you might end up being teachers to your own parents. Some of you might be, some of you might become students to your children. They might end up being your teachers, your guides. Some of you may have like North Node in the 5th house. I recently had a client with this placement in their chart. My mother has this placement in her chart, and usually people with North Node in the 5th house, they should be creatives, they should be artists, they should be expressing themselves and having fun and playing with their inner child. But for a lot of them, if they have kids, their kids end up being their teachers with the North Node. And I mean, not for everything obviously, but somehow their kids end up being these almost like sent to them to guide them into their North Node, even furthermore, to guide them into their purpose, or their children give them purpose. So you may have some karma around with your kids, them being these star seeds that are even more advanced than you and that you should listen to. I didn't do this for pile 1, but for you guys I'm really called to read about these cards really quickly, so I hope you don't mind. Let's see. Whale teaching. 236. There it is. Deep emotions, healing, you're supported and guided. The mantra is, I attune to the whale and allow its wisdom and magical knowing to touch my heart. For some of you, these are Syrian guides that you're connecting with. Attune to the consciousness of the mighty whale, the bringer of wisdom ancient and new. The whale carries the wisdom of the heart, the wisdom that is instant because it is not analytical. The brain of the whale is one with its heart in this being with pure intelligence. You might ask why the whale, the creature on earth that has the biggest brain of the heart. The biggest brain of the heart does not doubt itself. The whale does not measure its worth through its mistakes, though it makes them. Some whales wash ashore, but they do not punish themselves or see themselves as a failure. The wisdom of the whale does not induce any fear. The whale carries vast wisdom, even knowledge about its own mortality. The whale knows the judgments of humans, good or bad, and is completely unafraid and unself-conscious to human opinion. This is so Libra-esque, I would say, because Libra, one of the spiritual missions of Libra is to find peace and balance between the mind and the heart, connect to the intelligence of the heart, which is not analytical, just as it said in the guidebook. And Libra must understand good and evil, but yet through love transcend it and not be confined by it. So some of you may have Libra risings. The universal self-consciousness of the whale occurs on a much deeper level, for it is a knowledge beyond space and time and beyond thought. In human mind terms, knowledge is power, but to the mighty whale, knowledge is love. So is the different paradigm, the new paradigm of the new earth. Love sets you free through the transmission of knowledge and the transmission of light and information. The whale transmits its knowledge through sonar waves, acoustic waves, which also carry light vibrations. Some of you might be called to learn to play a specific instrument. It may be something very specific, something very exotic and unique. Don't shy away thinking, oh, this is just like a silly thought that I'm having, because this is your heart's calling. Much is still to be discovered about these waves of light and intelligence, and it will be discovered as soon as humanity is ready to know. When an acoustic wave reaches the bottom of the ocean, it converts into a seismic wave, and when it reaches the surface of the ocean, it converts into a wave of light. The original vibration of intelligence is preserved in this conversion, and the wave continues to spread its knowledge, its light intelligence throughout the universe. So is the wisdom of the whale, that it also rises through the surface at times. The whale likes to communicate with humans directly, to share its wisdom by exposing itself. Witness this teacher and healer, for in the right timing this will be you as well. Receive and absorb the wisdom and knowledge of the whale, the universal self-consciousness that is beyond the mind. The affirmation is, I go beyond my comfort zone and stand tall, sharing the love that sustains. So your high priestesses, whether you become a musician, an artist, a dancer, you're a parent that takes care of their children, that's a job of itself, you're still a high priestess or a high priest, and you're still spreading knowledge through and love through your creation. What's the sacred mountain talking about? Let's see. Supporting Earth's ascension, healing the unconscious. As I am welcomed onto the healing slopes of the sacred mountain, I am invited also to remember Shambhala, my crystalline home. The sacred mountain tells of the journey of vision and purpose. Energy vortices and resonant caverns are calling you, for they are spaces that bring clarity to the mind, even when it is overthinking its linear processes. The sacred mountain is a sanctuary of deep peace, which cannot be affected by emotional turmoil. Oh my god, this sacred peace, this deep peace, that's Libra. This is what Libra should achieve. So I think you guys have a mixture of Capricorn and Libra placements for the most part, and maybe some Cancer in there. Lemurians know of the power of the mountain and see it as a place of sacred ceremony. It is a place of great harmony, insight, and energy healing, and also a gathering place to initiate new projects and to celebrate new relationships. Some of you, if you're a Reiki healer or a healer of some kind, it's time for you to create like a studio space that feels like someone is entering a cave, or someone is entering this dark place with like an echo inside, and a feeling of resonance. Maybe there is a slight melody playing in the background. I'm getting that some of you are here to create an experience for people. I hope this makes sense, depth of experience right here. An experience for people that will be healing. So some of you will do it through music. Some of you will teach. Some of you will create that experience for your child or for your inner child. But some of you are supposed to create like a studio type of a room, maybe with a bat for floating or something like this, maybe with specific colored lamps for colored light to shine through, with music in the background, some frequencies playing, some huge crystals installed in each corner of the room. I can see it so clearly. Create a space where the vessel can be plugged into the spiritual matrix, back into the spiritual matrix. You will be able to plug people back into a more harmonious matrix and help them change their lives in that way. I'm getting that you're here specifically to help those who are connecting spiritually, psychically to a matrix of chaos, war, division. You're here to realign them with their heart, with the heart of the universe, with the heart of the earth, and plug them back into the organic, natural matrix of the new earth. Are any worries in your heart any residues of the old paradigm? By going on a vision quest, you will leave them behind because the mountain will take them from you. New energies are coming your way. Follow the trail of these energies, for they lead you to the secret mountain. All right, now let's read about shining your light. Just a moment to find it. There it is. Okay. I just realized, oh my god, you have 777 and 33. So these numbers might be of synchronicity for you. Shine your light. I am a being of pure light. As I shine my light of compassion, I see with eyes of truth and love. You have Kuan Yin, Mary Magdalene, collective healing, wise action to increase compassion. Lemurian star child, I present to you as a flower in your heart, as a sweet rose fragrance, as an energy of pure light. I have come to you today in the form of Kuan Yin, as a mirror for your own heart and as a gentle healer. Oh, okay, I'm getting something here. Your guides are talking about a soul contract. It's not karmic, it feels more like a soulmate, but at first it will be slightly turbulent before you find peace with this individual. That's gonna be a best friend for a lot of you, and they will mirror some of your shadow and they will challenge you to face certain things that you were so adamant about not facing, or that's not an issue in my life, etc. But they will point this out to you and you should listen. They have strong Taurus and Cancer placements and some Pisces placements too, but Taurus and Cancer are coming up very, very strong here. Lemurian star child, is your heart open and ready to receive the gifts from your light family? Listen, if you've been struggling creatively, opening up your heart will help you deal with this. It's like your light family has been trying to send you inspiration, but you need to face your emotional body and everything that you carry inside. Some of you might be taking great care of your physical vessel, but remember you have spiritual vessels as well, layers and layers of them. So you should be working with the spiritual body in particular and face what's there. Is it scary? Is it dark? Is it uncomfortable? Does it make you feel weak or something? You have to face it. Okay, so now let's pull some tarot cards. I think that this is all I can get out of the oracles. What the pilots you need to know? What else the pilots you need to know? So right now, to summarize, you're working with the Whale Spirit, Syrian Guides, Kuan Yin, Mary Magdalene, Lord Kutumi. Ten of Pentacles. You're sitting on your abundance, pile two. The Tower. You've built something, pile two. You've built it on unstable ground or uncertain ground, and that tower must fall. For it's almost like there is a treasure buried underneath the tower that you've been building. So the tower must fall so that you can dig out the treasure. Six of Pentacles. Ask for help. This tower could be emotional. Ask for somebody to help you break down these emotions, move through them. For a lot of you, your purpose, you won't be able to access it or pass the initiation for your purpose without asking for someone's help or without inviting a very special person on this journey. It could be a best friend, a parent, a child, a partner. It doesn't matter the essence of the relationship, but just this individual that can help you navigate certain emotions. Queen of Wands, absolutely. And Knight of Swords. Once you realize your power, once you get back into your creativity, you will have a message to share with people. But first you will have to ask for help. So some of you might be making great money, but you're not doing what you want to do. And you need to ask for help to make that jump from one job from one field into another. You need someone to rely on or someone to help you once again process the emotions. Some of you are having a shift in your spirituality from someone who was more into maybe witchcraft, spells, etc. You are becoming more cosmic. You're starting to focus more on the stars, on just pure light. I see you leaving behind working with the elementals, with the earth, or not even with the earth, but rather maybe working with, once again, spell casting, etc. You're leaving this behind. I see you embodying more of your celestial consciousness and relying more on it. Well, I think that's all I have for you, Pile 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know in the comment section below. I love to read the comments. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you want to support my channel. And thank you so much for being here, spending this time with me. I hope this resonated and it's helping you. I am definitely super excited to share my pick a cards with you, and I just hope the feeling is shared. Once again, let me know. All of my information is in the description box below, and I will talk to you very soon in my next pick a card. Bye. Hello pile 3 and welcome to your reading. So all of you who chose this pile, let's see what the cards have to tell you. Who is trying to connect with you, what spirit guide, what galactic family members, galactic guides, etc. And what are they trying to tell you? Okay, so we have vision of unity, focus on the light, right to see, releasing illusion, pineal activation. You have divine masculine, rise of true central, gentle power through strength. Okay, true strength. Arcturians, pure white light. You have the light imagery again. DNA healing, sacred geometry. You have the ocean. You have Pluto, truth, dark matter, super consciousness, rapid transformation and big shift. Archangel Sandalphon, anchoring. Leo, I hope I'm saying this correct. This is a symbol that I will have to look up in the Oracle deck. Overcoming difficulty with Archangel Jeremiel. Everything is alright once again with Archangel Jeremiel, so you may want to look up this Archangel. And you have sacred space, create an altar and dedicate and visit a sacred space, or visit a sacred space to establish a connection with the divine. Okay, let me quickly rearrange these cards because so also I will read about this just now before I get into it. Hold on. This is one of the Reiki and Elemental Trinity healing symbols, page 77, so 77. 3 sevens came through for pile number 2, and you have 7 here as well with the page of the card, so it might be a little connection if you were wondering if you should get pile 2. Leo is the first of the 3 base symbols in Elemental Trinity healing, meaning goodness, greatness, and light. Its energies resonate strictly with the earth, the material, the physical-based plane of existence, and the groundedness and solidity of all things, and you have Archangel Sandalphon with anchoring. It is the foundation that holds together the manifest. When this card appears, the answer to your question is based solely in the energies of the physical realm, which leads to the self-reflective question, is this for the betterment of myself and or others? If the answer is no, then you must work from the physical plane to resolve this issue. This could be through speech, physical labor, or communication. Within Leo is the all and the nothing, the infinity, so it is also appropriate to reference the message contained in the corresponding card as well. Okay, so first of all, with this card, some of you have been trying to resolve an issue solely through your spirituality, through meditation, maybe through prayer, but Spirit is saying that this is something that requires physical action, so it's not going to work out only if you pray for it. Yep, that's how I want to arrange them now. So first of all, obviously you have the Arcturians coming through, wanting to connect with you, and some of you work with beings from Pluto as well. And I do have a reading, by the way, messages from the Plutonians, so you may want to go check it out in my channel. I will try to link it in the upper corner with this reading, so check out the little notes the little exclamation mark in the upper corner of this video to see any other linked readings. But yeah, you may want to watch this one because Plutonians are trying to connect with you, or Arcturians are trying to connect with you. A lot of work is being done on your third eye with the Arcturians. I find them that they specialize in healing technology and third eye activations, helping you get your clairvoyance on. With the Ocean card and a rise of true gentle power and true strength, the Divine Masculine is watching this reading. You've been doing a lot of subconscious work. There are certain places that you may have to visit, or you've visited already, that pulled out to the surface things within your subconscious, memories of past lives, ideas, understandings of certain situations and why they happened. But I'm getting that visiting a sacred site, going to an altar after a long time, or maybe just creating an altar at home and praying for the first time in a long time, or maybe even your entire life. Divine Masculines, this allowed a lot of things to emerge from the subconscious mind. And interesting, I'm getting you've been approaching your psychic work a lot like a scientific thing to resolve. But with the Ocean, there are lots of hidden emotions that are lingering within you, that are actually blocking your third eye. So maybe you've been doing all the exercises, reading all the practical literature on how to activate one's third eye, and it hasn't been working. But I'm getting that you're not paying attention to the right things. I'm being drawn to the fact that there is only one zigzaggy line. It's not even a snake, like the two snakes usually with the caduceus, or the two snakes with the kundalini energy. There is only one side being activated. So this makes me think that only the divine feminine or only the divine masculine is working properly within you right now, and depending on which one you feel intuitively is more active, you have to activate the other. Another thing that I see with the DNA healing is only one lineage of your ancestral line has been healing and has been receiving your spiritual activations that your galactic guides are sending your way. But the other lineage has been, you've either been ignoring this other lineage, not working with it, or it hasn't been reciprocating the healing that you're trying to establish. With this card, I have always felt like this is a sign to sage your home, and the fact that you have sacred space, your sacred space might be infiltrated by lower energies right now, so it's really important to cleanse it, to sage it, to protect it. Some of you are working through your Pluto placements. Pluto can make a lot of fears rise up to the surface, and with this Ocean card as well, a lot of unexpected fears might show up when it comes to your psychic work. Maybe you didn't even know that you were afraid to connect with spirit or with your ancestors, or to do certain practices. And Pluto is illuminating all of this, all of your fears, all of the ways in which, all of the secrets you've been keeping from yourself, basically. The ocean is giving me 12th house energy, so some of you have Pluto in the 12th house. And there are deep transformations taking place in your subconscious mind. It feels like for a lot of you, your divine masculine energy, whether you're a woman or a man, doesn't matter. Your divine masculine energy has been strictly working on the material plane. You've been using it strictly externally. And when it comes to the transformations happening in your subconscious mind, there has not been a divine masculine animus principle that will organize the things happening in your subconscious mind, that will survey what's going on and defend you from any like psychic attacks the subconscious mind picks up on the astral plane. So the divine masculine, that's supposed to be an organizing principle, a defensive principle, has not been there. This energy has been gone. So I see that this anchoring that you must do is actually anchor the divine masculine back into the roots of your subconscious mind, because you've been only using this energy or understanding how to use this energy externally. You need to build strength of your emotional body, of your astral body. When we face fears, when we work with the shadow, very often chaos happens in the subconscious, and that can look like chaotic dreams, inability to concentrate, inability to be creative, blocked emotions, or old traumas and triggers rising up to the surface. You need a divine masculine energy and to work in the subconscious mind, or to train it to work in the subconscious mind, that will allow you to have more clarity, to organize the chaos, to decipher the codes, the meanings, the symbolism that your subconscious is trying to send you. Oops, sorry about that. Some of you have a connection to water spirits, but specifically ocean spirits like mermaids, nymphs. I'm getting aquatic beings. The Arcturians are working with you, but not exclusively with you, meaning they don't come to you just to work with you, but with your whole lineage, with your ancestors as well, with your family members as well, through you. Some of you have been pushing away your family, you've been rejecting your family, and these Arcturians, they're saying that whether you like it or not, you carry codes from that lineage. So acceptance must take place here, because it's almost like they're unable to give you further development, light codes and ascension codes, if you don't first heal this family issue. So I said you may have Pluto in the 12th, you may also have Pluto in the 4th house. And especially if you have Pluto in Libra in the 4th house, the the Arcturians are working with you on healing your relationships to your family. For some of you, the message is about writing a letter to them after not being in contact for a long time, or writing a letter to a passed on loved one that you had unfinished business with. The Arcturians are willing to help you open up the communication channels to the other side so that you can have closure with this individual. They may visit you through the dream realm, this family member that's on the other side, for those of you who resonate with this message. The Arcturians will open up like a portal or a gate for their spirit to talk to you through your dreams, through your meditations. Super consciousness, it says here. Pluto is a power generator in astrology, in our solar system. It feels like a lot of you have been becoming hyper mental, hyper scientific, or otherworldly in the way you speak and think. So that's why you have the anchoring card. Even the Arcturians are saying, we can't help you with translating this to your own language. That's your mission. If you have Pluto in Libra, my Pluto in Libra generations, you guys are meant to become a psychic bridge between humanity and these galactic beings. The vocabulary that they give you, you must break it down, find equivalents, and translate these messages in a way that will matter to other people. The Arcturians are saying a lot of you have been doing enough activations, now it's time to understand. So maybe you're Reiki healers, maybe you're channelers, maybe you channel activations for other people. Now comes the era of understanding. So because you have so much galactic energy happening here, so much communication from these higher beings in their own language, in their own level of consciousness, your job is to anchor it. Maybe that's also why you have just one strand here, one line, one zigzag line, because things have been only going upward for you and your consciousness. You've been able to reach higher and higher and higher levels of galactic intellectualism, if you will, galactic intelligence, maybe strong Uranus placements as well. Uranus in the first house, Uranus in Gemini. If there are people with this placement at all, actually, I'm not sure, I have to check astrologically if that's possible. But it's been one stream, one way stream, and it's been only going upward. Now you're supposed to go back down to earth, translate all of the things that you understood. and a lot of you will be given teachings on third eye activations. You're supposed to break this down for other people. A lot of your quantum healers is what I'm getting. Maybe some of you do say, I was going to say psychosis, and that's not what I mean at all. Maybe some of you do hypnosis, quantum hypnosis, remembering past lives, healing these things, because I'm getting that you've been gifted and trained into this ability to heal things from different timelines, heal things that take place on different levels of existence as well, so from different dimensions as well. So you might be working with clients that remember past lives from another star system, a completely different timeline. You're able to extend healing to that experience. You're not strictly connecting to earthly matters only, to earthly incarnations only. So a lot of you are either already quantum healers or you're being trained how to become ones. And if you've been inspired to learn about hypnosis, to learn how to practice it yourself, you should definitely go into that field. I'm hearing the element that protects you is water for many of you. Usually I always rely on fire, but for you guys, water can work wonders. For example, if you want to surround yourself in a protective energetic shield, imagine that you're in a bubble of water, okay? If you want to cleanse your energy, imagine water washing all over you. So a lot of you have been working with light, maybe fire, these are very common, but Spirit is saying it's time to work with water. Even for your psychic abilities, for channeling, for scrying, it's time to use water. Not crystals, not candles, it's time to use water poetry. It's time to use the storms as a conduit for higher intelligence. This is when your Uranus placements get activated. During a storm, during thunders, you can channel these higher beings. It's almost like there is a bridge. The veil is really thin during that time. The electricity that falls somewhere in the ocean, in the earth, you can connect to this. Ground yourself, link yourself into the earth during a storm, and try to take that electricity that the earth receives from the sky during that time, because that electricity is encoded with knowledge, with wisdom, and with power. So you can ask her to grant you access to it, and once she does, I think you can really charge yourself up as a very powerful conduit, a messenger, a conduit of energy, a conduit of intelligence, of communication from the higher dimensions. Pluto is all about hidden power. So you can tap into resources that are unavailable to other people, or other people would not even imagine are power sources. I want to see if there is anything I'm missing on with Pluto. Yeah, and yeah, definitely I was missing out on something. So Pluto encourages you to forgive yourself and to accept who you are, whether you consider yourself as good or bad. With Pluto placements, Pluto can often emphasize the shadow aspect of us and make us feel like we are only the shadow, although we are not. You have to get back to the cosmic laws. This can be done through writing and journaling. By connecting to your unconscious mind or your subconscious mind, I sort of use these terms interchangeably, although I know they're supposed to represent different things. The unconscious feels like a space that doesn't even belong to us. It feels collective, and it feels like it's very difficult to access. You know, Pluto, wait, I am reminded of something. On the Tree of Life, in Kabbalah teachings, although I'm not super well versed in the Kabbalah, but on the Tree of Life, Pluto is associated with that. Now, there are a couple of different trees with the planets placed, especially the outer planets outside of Saturn, placed in different sephiroths or spheres. But usually what resonates the most with me is that Pluto is placed in the Sephiroth that is believed that is a state of consciousness which cannot be attained, or it can be attained only through very, very, very long meditations. And that there is nothing to compare the state of consciousness to, there is no way to explain it, and that holds all the mysteries to the universe. So it's possible that right now some of you are going to, and you're very unconscious of it, but you're going to spiritual schools, learning a lot of things, and it's almost like you're about to graduate from a spiritual school and you are not even aware that you've been going to it. Yeah, this feather here has always made me think of writing or signing up something. So it's like you're signing up your graduation diploma or something like this. But Pluto has access to these hidden realms of knowledge that are very, very difficult to access. What about Archangel Sandalphon? Archangel Sandalphon assists Metatron in the ascension process, grounding the spiritual in the physical world and connecting through sound and higher frequencies. Invoke Sandalphon to accept connecting to a channel of high frequencies and to receive and emit them as well. Okay, so nothing missed with Sandalphon. I will try to get a little bit of channeling here. So I'll close my eyes and see what comes through. This may take me some time, so you're free to skip ahead. I will let down the crystal once I start explaining the message. I'm having a vision of a map. A map that is given to you. Okay, so every time I speak, I will let the crystal down. So for those of you who are skipping the silent parts of this reading can know when I'm talking and when I'm not. I had a vision of a map, but that map felt like it was almost like a hologram, and I was told that a lot of you are given a map that is not from our dimension, that takes place somewhere else. The energies and the events and all that are happening that this map will indicate is from another dimension. So some of you might be working with ley lines on the earth, and you might be doing some traveling depending on this. Or some of you are given specific like coordinates and a completely new, brand new information on sacred sites, landmass, cities that you're supposed to visit, countries. Yeah, that is interesting, but some of you have been working with like a guardian spirit or an egregoric spirit that encapsulates the consciousness of a specific country, potentially a land that encompasses a couple of countries, but like these two or three or few countries share consciousness and they have like the same egregoric structure overruling them. So you've been connecting with the spirit of that egregore to let you in on insights about these places. Maybe you've been doing historic research on certain mythologies, countries, how they came about, the sacred sites there, and it's like there has been a psychic wall that you were not able to pierce through, to penetrate through, but Pluto will help you. It will allow you to do that. That's why I'm telling you, start using this divine masculine assertive energy more in the spiritual sense, because you've been only using it in the material sense where you work really hard, you I don't know, you want to be independent, you want to be skilled, capable, you want to be a go-getter and all of these things, but integrate the divine masculine into your spiritual work a little bit more in order to pierce through these, pierce into these pockets of cosmic intelligence that are highly protected right now. You have the right to see, okay? You have the right to know these things, but you must be a little bit more assertive spiritually. And because some of you have been psychically going places where many people don't go, or many people are forbidden from going or not allowed into, you've been trying to really go there, and like you've been picking at the walls and you've been knocking on the walls and you haven't been given up. And that's why you have this card telling you cleanse, always cleanse your space, cleanse your aura, because you're going to these places that are highly protected and certain spirits are like peering at you from the sides, being like, okay, who is this? Who is this trying to disturb us, or who is this trying to penetrate through our protective shields? You need to assist your physical body, not only spiritually, through light codes and meditations, but also physically. So if you haven't been doing that already, any cleansing, like detoxing, juicing, fasting, anything like this, even for a couple of days every week, maybe one day a week or something, can be helpful. Your body is doing a lot of spiritual work and you must cleanse it. And I'm getting with this symbol that appeared and that I read at the very beginning of the reading. Some of the purification and the activations of the physical body cannot be done through spiritual transmission. It has to be done through physical efforts. Oh, that is interesting. I'm getting ancestral trauma to the lungs. So some of you might be born in families of sworn smokers, or you might be born in families where a lot of ancestors worked maybe um, in factories where whatever they were producing, these factories, it was very toxic for the lungs. So if you find like a natural way to detox, remedy the lungs, do that, because some of you may not even be aware. But you've been either poisoned when you were in the womb, or you inherited this altered DNA, because through physical experiences the DNA can be slightly changed. It usually happens over generations. For some of you this might have been really taking place over generations, but for others of you it's just your grandparents and then your parents and now you. So it may not venture that back far into your ancestral history, but your grandparents were working in these factories, or maybe your family, your parents were working in these factories, and you almost carry like it's like your tissues are okay, but they carry the memory of being poisoned, so they alternate between being okay and the potential of not being okay, and they're very sensitive to any little intoxicating, like smoke in the house, things like that. Even when you're saging, you guys, and when you have these candles lit up, maybe get soy candles instead of these general candles. I know for sure that I have to do that as well, and not because I have anything like this, but I'm seeing this connecting to your throat chakra, and something about air, how you process air when you breathe in. So maybe you've been doing breathing techniques, but they haven't been fully they haven't been helping you fully as they should, because there is memory from the tissues of your body that must be released, that comes from the ancestors, and there is some physical detoxing that you should be doing. So inhaling maybe hot water, boiling water, putting in salt like Celtic salt, pink salt, Himalayan pink salt, putting it in this boiling water in some sort of a bowl or something, and then putting your head over it, putting a towel on top of your head, inhaling this can be really helpful, because I'm getting something about your lungs, your throat, your nose being clogged or blocked, and it's affecting you may not think that it is, but it's actually affecting your psychic work. It's affecting the way in which you transmute the oxygen in the body, and the quality of the oxygen that reaches your brain and your pineal gland. All right, Pile 3, this is something that I see that you should be doing. Honestly, I'm taking notes for myself from this reading because some really good advices are coming through. Okay, Pile 3, let me pull a couple of tarot cards for you to see if anything additional wants to show up for you, and if not, we can move on. What are you supposed to know, Pile 3? Oh, too many cards. What is Pile 3 supposed to know, Spirit? Page of Pentacles and Ace of Wands. Inspired action, you will be receiving inspiration for what actions you take. You have even the Ace of Swords. Wow. Spirit is trying to penetrate your mind. I'm getting something you hold as an ideal, or something, or someone you put on a pedestal, will fall off that pedestal, an idea will be shattered, the illusion about an idea will be shattered. I think you had this message somewhere, yeah. Releasing illusions. Focus on the light, right to see, releasing illusions, pineal activation. The illusion that you're supposed to do something alone will be shattered. The illusion that you're supposed to play it small financially will be shattered. Some of you might be giving up after achieving some type of success. You might be giving up, like putting in just as much effort into continuing to growing your success. Spirit is saying no, you shouldn't be giving up midway. In the Hierophant, this is like a certification, a legalization of a business idea. What's the word? Not monetizing something. I'm not sure if that's the word in English, but making a putting your name on something basically and like marking it as yours. That's how I'm going to explain it. Some of you recently lost a loved one. I'm getting a passed on loved one, or you know that this is approaching because someone might be on their deathbed and you're waiting for it to happen. But I'm getting physical passing, and it feels expected. It doesn't feel like a shock. It feels like it's something you're preparing for. Don't let it shake you. I know every time we lose someone we love, no matter what we believe in, whether we believe that they cross over into the light, they are reincarnated, whatever we believe in, it's always difficult to lose someone. But I'm getting Spirit say that when this person leaves, another really important life-changing event will take place, and you will feel pretty beat down if you let this loss affect you so strongly, because Spirit is almost saying that it was orchestrated for you to know that it will happen, so that it won't affect you because other things will happen at the same time. Some of you are getting a divorce with this Hierophant, is what I'm getting in the King of Pentacles, and this divorce will help you reclaim abundance that you lost due to being married to someone who is siphoning a lot of your energies toward your manifestations. Oh wow, the birds just went really crazy on the rooftop. So this loved one may continue to communicate with you even after they pass on through birds. And we have the Ace of Cups at the bottom. Absolutely, this psychic connection with this individual will continue if you continue on your ascension journey, if you don't give up on it, if you don't give up on your spirituality, if you don't give up on your purpose, if you don't give up on your goals and manifestations. I know this sounds really tough, but I'm getting this message that this loss is not supposed to break you down. You're meant to continue the work despite it. And you're meant to keep your faith despite this loss. In fact, I think that this loss will be even further a spiritual initiation for you. it will make you look even deeper into things. Alright, pile 3. I think that that's all I have for you. I truly hope this reading resonated. I hope it helped you. Let me know in the comment section below, because I love to read your comments and your experiences with the cards here. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your trust, and especially for those of you who have been on this channel for a while, thank you for being here. If you want to support my work, make sure to like this video, share it with your spiritual friends and fellas, and you can also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All of my information is in the description box below, and I think that's pretty much it. I will talk to you very soon in my next pick card. Bye. Hello pile 4, for all of you who chose the Angel Oracle card on top, this is gonna be your reading, so let's see what the cards have in store for you. Who is trying to communicate with you, what galactic members, what spirit guides, and what are they trying to tell you? So you have the Last Cloak, Release Old Identities, Magnificence Realized, Ellen of the Ways, or Ellen. Actually, in my native language, this would be said Ellen. So I always say it like this: Ellen of the Ways. Attune to nature's signs to find your way, follow your heart. So some of you have a stag or a deer as a spirit guide. Breathe the sun. Presence, pineal activation, relax and let go. And you guys actually, all the piles had 3 cards out of this deck, but for you, 4 just came through and I knew that I have to take them. Inner child attunement, go within, listen, loving parenting. Okay, I'm already noticing things in the cards, especially in this one, that I haven't noticed before. So I think that they are specifically for you. Oh, okay, you have the inner child attunement and the eternal child together. So that is interesting. Fairies of Trees realm. Doctors from other galaxies. Okay. We have Pallas Athena, the Blue Avians, Akashic Records, Akashic Guardians. It says Inner Wisdom on the card. It says you know what to do, trust your inner wisdom, and start taking action without procrastination. Dodecagram. Okay, this is some weird words that I don't usually pronounce are coming through. We have Jupiter. This one I will look up in the guidebook because I'm not sure what it means. I don't know if I have space for all the cards to lay out. Sensitivity, Archangel Haniel. Right now your sensitivity to energies and emotions is heightened. Respect yourself and your feelings. And we have Divine Order with Archangel Raguel or Raguel. Right now, things are such as they should be. See within the illusions and see the divine order in everything. Alright, so I will take just a little bit of time. No, actually, first I will be reading about this card because I want to have a understanding of what each card means, and then I can dive into it with my intuition and see what comes through. A powerful star symbol with its 12 facets, the dodecagram. Dodecagram. This symbol represents the 12 traditional signs of the zodiac, the 12 Olympic gods and goddesses, completion and wholeness and ascendance. In Christianity, it represents the number of Jesus' disciples. This symbol, in relation to the traditional zodiac, further divides the 12 zodiac signs into 4 subsections, detailing the natural elements of earth, air, fire, and water. When it appears in your reading, you are asked to seek balance in all endeavors. what has caused you to feel out of balance. The message here is very clear: seek out and maintain balance in all facets of your life. From eating a balanced diet to getting a healthy amount of exercise to balancing work with play. You may be surprised how issues resolve themselves once you seek out and attain balance. Alright, and you also have the sensitivity card, which I know that this card sometimes refers to sensitivity to chemicals and just anything that you put in the body. We have several connections here. The inner child attunement with the eternal child, the sensitivity card with this one here, with achieving balance, and even the divine order with achieving balance. So these three are connected diagonally. And then Athena and Jupiter, because Pallas Athena is Jupiter's daughter. She was birthed out of his head, basically. So that is pretty interesting. We have engagement and dedication and new perception with these two cards. So, with the last cloak, releasing old identities, it feels like a lot of you are quitting a job, or you're supposed to leave your current living situation and find a new place to stay. I'm getting that the moment you guys try to... Oh, this is interesting. So some of you will consciously try to find out meditations or activations on YouTube or something, but I'm seeing that the moment you try to connect to New Earth, the moment you try to connect to some higher spiritual force, your life, your guides, your galactic family will ask you to leave a lot of things behind. So, first of all, some of you are working with the blue avians, and others with doctors from other galaxies. I'm getting Arcturus. I've always gotten Arcturus with this one card, but I'm also picking up on Andromeda. So you're working with Arcturian, Andromedan, and blue avian galactic teams. I'm getting mission is expanding. For a lot of you, something you considered to be your spiritual purpose, but you're playing it on a smaller scale, is expanding, and that's why you need to achieve balance, because you can no longer do it on the side. Like when you have free time, etc., it becomes more and more demanding to be present, to spend more time perfecting the craft. And this spiritual purpose could be, an artistic career. It could be parenting your child. It could be organizing an event for elderly people. It could be a lot of things, but there is something you're doing as a hobby on the side, and you knew it was your higher calling, but you were willing to kind of do it in your free time, whenever you could, with whatever energy and effort that you could dedicate to it. But Jupiter is saying no. I'm actually getting a vision of a crown that is kind of floating in the spiritual realms, in the energy realms. It's kind of floating above your head, but it's not quite on top of it yet. I'm hearing that it won't be put on your head because you're not yet ready for that crowning initiation ceremony. It's a spiritual crowning of sorts. And for some of you, this crown is almost like it's a symbol encoded with specific energy. I feel like it's crafted by your galactic team. And this crown represents some sort of attunement to this to either their planet, to their star system. There is an attunement to another star where your origins are from, this inner child attunement and the eternal child. Sure, you could be working with your inner child, obviously. I mean, it's obvious in the cards, but what I'm getting actually is that you're being attuned to the stars of a specific star system right now, and every star has its own Akashic memory. Every star has its own specific energy, and I'm almost getting how they're trying to link you to their star system because you have starseed origins there, and you have a lot of gifts from these lifetimes that are meant to come online for you. The thing is, with divine order, you're not advised to force anything. You're not advised to force spiritual contact right now, or even leaving the job, etc. I'm getting that you're still in a waiting period, so you should wait. Things are expanding anyways, but I'm getting that if you were to force it, you're going to disturb something that has been divinely orchestrated for you and the way it shall happen for you. So don't disturb this this journey that's coming in alignment for you right now. You have the turtle, so you have an owl, a turtle, and a stag or a deer as spirit guides, spirit animal guides working with you. So look them up. For those of you who happen to look them up while watching the video, you can post the meanings in the comment section below. Or I will if I don't forget, because honestly I often forget to do these things. But it's interesting because when I think of the stag, I think almost of like a magician, spirit guide, and this lady right here, the way she's dressed, the way she's holding the wand, reminds me of a magician. But this makes me think of Lemurian magic, or the magicians of Lemuria, which, where have I heard this? This feels like, the magicians of Lemuria feels like something I've seen somewhere, or I've read somewhere, but it feels very, very specific the way it's coming through. So maybe look it up. And sometimes when I channel or when I get information, I would get like a title of something, maybe a book, a movie, a song, and when I look it up, there is information in the lyrics, for example, or the book happens to be like, there is actually a book written on the topic. So Magicians of Lemuria, I'm going to leave this message for later. I'm gonna dive deeper into it in a bit, but the stag feels like a magician's guide. However, the deer feels a little bit more careful with drone, careful for hunters, careful for predators, right? And then you have the turtle, which is also kind of slow. So I'm getting something about slow and quiet steps while you're on this journey of earning wisdom. So this attunement to this crown in the etheric realms, this crown is not just about, okay, you're initiated officially, and now you're gonna become popular, now you're gonna get a lot of students or whatever. The process of crowning is the process of you being encoded with information from this other star system. So because you have doctors from other galaxies with new perceptions, I'm getting that you're going to start perceiving information, maybe astrology, maybe tarot, any esoteric teachings, any conspiracy theories that you believe in, anything that you know that has to do with your soul's mission on Earth and the soul dynamics and the spiritual dynamics of the planet. You will start perceiving it differently because you will be encoded with more and more and more information from the Akashic records of another star system, and it's going to change how you see the story of Earth, basically. And I think that at some point you will be telling this story, but but yeah, it changed perception, and that's why I think spirit is telling you move in with slow and quiet steps, because whenever such things are happening, there are a lot of spirits that I like to call watchers, and sometimes I confuse the terms, but I want to make it clear. And I've probably explained it if I've used this term before, but to me, there are guardians that watch over you, and there are watchers that are looking at you or for you in the etheric realms, in the astral planes as well. And they're looking for you if you, especially for those of you who are more activated and you're doing spiritual work, they're trying to see if you're going too deep into the truth, if you're finding too many truths, if you're becoming dangerous basically with your knowledge and with your abilities, if you're going to disturb some sort of control they've established on this matrix. So these watchers with the cloak, with the last cloak, I think that this is the last phase of your journey in which you are kept hidden by your guides. And I think that they will, for your final initiation, train you in protection. Look at this shield right here. The Blue Avian specifically will try to teach you how to protect yourself, because your light will shine so bright you won't be able to remain hidden anymore from the eyes of these watchers, and you will be more prone to attacks or influences when you're doing more important work, and that's just how it is. For example, just like in politics or in the world, the more influential and important you are to the world, the more you are prone to attract guys that wanna take you out of the picture, you know. It's the same in the spiritual world, and I think I finally understand the breathe the sun card. That's the attunement to the star system. You're breathing in sun codes, solar codes. So you have a lot of work to do at sunrise. So it's very important to wake up early and greet the sun, whether it's from the window of your room or that you don't have to like necessarily go outside, but meditating at sunrise a little bit before that and during, it's going to be very important. I'm also getting if you know which star system is communicating with you. For a lot of you, I'm getting Andromeda and Arcturus. But if for others you resonate with Sirius or Pleiades or any other star system, try to see if you can, if there are events, for example, like Lionsgate or what else was it? There was, I think, another portal date when our sun is in alignment with the stars from this star system, and to meditate then. Or maybe there was some sort of initiation, and the next time this portal date comes around, so it's going to take 1 year for this initiation, the next time this portal date comes around, the initiation will be completed, and right now you're in the midst of going through this initiation. It started on the portal date this year, and it will start if the portal date hasn't come yet. By the end of the year, this will begin, and by the end of the other year, you would have completed it, or, you know, if you've at least accepted this and you've been doing the work. Attune to nature's signs to find your way, and fairies in tree realms. For some of you, you might be drawn to work with fairies right now, with the trees, to ask them for answers. If you have any questions, you might be turning to nature to answer you. I'm getting it's likely that the star system you come from had a lot of fairy life, and nature spirits were very very much out there. They were showing themselves. Even here with this card, there are angels in the background, but it's very difficult to see them because they're almost like the color is very similar to the trees. They're like in a camouflage. I don't know if I am zooming incorrect, but can you see right here, right here, right here? So it does make me think that right now you're connecting with some spirits that are trying to hide, but they show a little bit to you. So if you've had an experience where, oh, I thought I saw a person in the forest, or I thought I saw something, but then I turned around and it was just a leaf or a branch or something like this. Spirit is saying your eyes are not playing a trick on you. If you thought you saw something in the bushes, in the forest, you really did. Or if you thought you heard laughter or a voice while taking a walk in the woods, nearby your home or somewhere like this, you didn't mishear. You heard just right. For those of you who have been leaving little treats for the fairies, little gifts, they have been acknowledged and noticed, and it feels like they're accepting this as an offer to work together or to establish some sort of contact. So let's go back to the Magicians of Lemuria, because I said I will come back to this message. And let's see what's coming through. Now these two cards feel connected to doctors from other galaxies in the last cloak. Some of you, there's a lot of children symbolism. Some of you are meant to bring a child into this world that has very strong connection to Lemuria. So if you consider yourselves a Lemurian starseed, I feel like your child will have memories of the lifetimes back then, like really, really strong connection to Lemuria. Some of you must prepare before you decide to have a child, and maybe read some literature on this or meditate and ask to get information revealed from your Lemurian Akashic records about how to magnetize a specific soul, because I'm getting that part of the magic that was done back then on Lemuria had to do with attuning the womb to a highly spiritual soul with the sun in the womb right here. It feels like that sun represents a highly evolved, awakened, I want to say crystallized for some reason, a child that carries a lot of light in their DNA. And there are specific attunements to the womb that must be done. Some of you might even have received a dream, maybe when you were pregnant with your child or a little bit before you got pregnant. This is for the women watching that resonate with this message, obviously. Some of you might have gotten a dream that, for example, your child had wings or something, or your child was this, I don't know, fairy or angel, or this spirit or something like this, or maybe had really interesting hair, or pink eyes, is something like this, something unique that stood out, that wasn't a traditional human trait, that almost made the child look magical in your dream. I'm getting something like this. That was a sign that indeed you attuned to a highly evolved soul. You have a portal opening in the background here and here as well. And I'm getting music. Some of you are going to go to an event, to a specific sacred site with a group of people, and I'm getting specific music playing that will call in spiritual presence, that is going to be very healing to the land. With Jupiter, I'm also getting a completion of higher education. A lot of you are completing a course, a program, an education journey. It could be almost self-constructed education journey. For example, you've been studying something on your own, you've been studying astrology, or you've been studying Chinese medicine or something like this. I'm getting some sort of completion, or there will be an opportunity to validate your knowledge and to feel like you've graduated from this journey of learning, and you've achieved the level of, okay, I know enough to not call myself a newbie. There is always more to learn in any field. No one is ever truly an expert. I mean, you could get a lot of expertise through practice, but no one is ever truly fully learned in anything. But I'm getting that a lot of you are getting some sort of validating experience, that you know enough to start sharing this with other people, or to start practicing this. What else? Is there anything else, or shall I pull tarot cards? I think it's time for some tarot cards, okay? Yeah, I think I got enough from here, and if anything goes back to be mentioned, I will just show you the card that I'm feeling is talking to me again, and we'll see what it has to say. But now let's pull some tarot cards. And I'm being drawn to this deck, especially because it has the Justice card with Libra energy on the background, and you had Divine Order in the cards, and I feel like there's a connection here. So let's see. What do you need to know right now, pile 4? What do you need to know? What else do you need to know? With the tarot, I'm hoping for more, I guess, practical, not so abstract, down-to-earth messages, but whatever comes through will come through. Okay. Mercury and Sagittarius with 8 of Wands. Yeah, definitely you are reaching some sort of graduation on an education journey. I see you looking at it looks like a certificate, but it's something, oh, what's the word in English? Oh, I hate it when this happens. It's like a scroll, that's it, because you're what is it, unrolling it, the scroll. It feels like something is rolled up in a scroll, and it's some sort of certificate or paper that recognizes a title or something like this. Okay, we have Knight of Swords Interesting. This talks about a public speech, an event of communication. Oh, hold on. So we have Mercury and Sagittarius. Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini, but it's more connected to Gemini. And Mercury definitely has this air element, duality element, and we have the fiery Sagittarius, or the centaur in astrology. And here you have a horse ridden by a man, so some centaur symbolism. But you have swords, which is the air element. So these cards feel very connected. You even have Jupiter in Gemini here. You also have Mars, Taurus, Saturn, but there's a connection. Some of you are going to meet with a teacher very soon, maybe someone you haven't seen in a while. I'm getting communication from the past, or maybe you've been planning to call somebody, maybe you've been planning to sign up for something. A decision that's been long due is finally going to be made. And I'm getting that a person you've been hoping to talk to, maybe you're going to meet randomly on the street, and you'll be like, I was just thinking about this person, how did I meet them? Or they will call you and you'll be like, I was just thinking about them. There is something like this. I feel like the universe is really clearly trying to show you, yep, this is the journey you should be on. This is the path that you should be walking. Queen of Cups. For some of you, this person is a woman. For some of you, she is a psychic. She's an artist. She is intuitive. She's a mother. She's a mystic. Too many cards. What should you know? Okay, this has to do with reflection and dreams. You're talking to someone in the dream space. You're talking to someone in the dream space. Or something is becoming very clear. Very clear information will come through for some of you in your dreams. So write it down. It may be just slightly abstract, just to kind of trick you into thinking, oh, it was nothing. But I think that if you write it down and you really paid attention, the information will make so much sense to you. And the message will be so clear. What do you have to know? Is this a heron or an ibis? I think it's a heron. Maybe Miyazaki's movie, The Boy and the Heron by Studio Ghibli. Maybe there is a message in that movie for you as well. It could be a very clear message that will inspire you, excuse me, to get on your artistic journey and see the spiritual value in the art that you create, and no longer worry that, oh, I'm doing something mundane, that's not what I'm supposed to do, etc. A lot of Gemini, Mercury symbolism here. This person could have a Cancer rising, Cancer Mercury, Gemini rising, or you could Gemini Sun, obviously, Cancer Sun, Sagittarius Sun, but I'm getting a lot of air, fire, and water. Like these three elements are very strong, so you definitely need some grounding. That's a message. But the message here is also, it's like your spiritual mind right now your astral body and your logical mind are really linked, working together. I don't know how to explain it. It's because I see it, but it's kind of like an abstract vision. You're channeling divine artistic inspiration. Um, a lot of your artistic inspirations right now are coming from the divine realms. A lot of these inspirations will have spiritual symbolism and significance. It feels like your mind is on fire, and creatively it's very, very rich creatively at this time. It feels like different levels of the mind, like a super conscious type of level and an astral type of level, and then the human level. These are linked. There is like a bridge of light that is really connecting the thoughts and the ideas of your higher self and you. You have the Strength card. I'm getting, don't let your ideas remain just feelings and ideas, because when you have this sort of attunement and alignment to higher planes of inspiration, you may become very ecstatic, very excited, but you may ride it almost like a wave, a spurt of intense emotion, and then never do anything with this energy, with this emotion, never put it into an actual creation, and that feels like a waste of energy. It feels like a waste of your creative energy. It almost feels like you're turning the spiritual inspirations into a form of drug that never leads to anything. It's like you're taking that substance that's supposed to stimulate you in a way that makes you very creative, makes you very proactive on this material plane, helps you. This energy is very stimulating because it's so intense, because its purpose is to bridge something from the higher planes into the physical. But if you break down this energy, or you only take the emotional value of it and you never do anything with it, it's almost like a drug. Or it's like you teased your mind a little bit and that's it. So Spirit is saying, don't remain only there. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. What is given to you, you shall use it for the purpose it was given to you. Otherwise, you're going to make your soul very lazy. Okay, Pile 4? Alright. I think that's all I have for you guys. I do hope you resonated with this reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helps you clarify certain things. And as always, let me know in the comment section below what resonated, what didn't, any little coincidences and synchronicities. I just love to read your comments and see how you experienced the cards for yourself. because I can only imagine who resonates with these messages. And then when you come along in the comments, I'm like, oh, okay, so it makes sense why these things came through. Thank you for being here, spending all this time with me. I truly appreciate it. And if you want to support my work and my channel, make sure to like the video, share it with your fellow spiritual friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already by any chance, and I will see you in my next pick a card. All of my information for personal readings is in the description box down below. So that's all I have. Until next time, bye.